Now, say Obi lose elections, another Obi PBB win. Now, say or start to give some excuses. Say, oh, you intel, and sometimes you would want to be very careful. At least say, okay, the first time I back at you want to consider the reasons. But so some will be no some will make certain excuses. No, tell the Yimpan Nankasa why now there he's not willing to win. We keep on giving excuses. Now, John Dumelo, instead of double concede to them, the former president John Dumelo will concede. I bet your best sneak you Lucy. John Dumelo said they be loose. Now, Chantafuna, why you demean away the way they have the full evidence, I have the full video from your photo from your consider.
Or you think that you harbor the thought that the MPP can rig the elections?
Elections are free, but can never be fair when it comes to the MPP. And so we are ready for
elections. That is a very serious thing. Yeah. But of course, they've been in power for these 2 terms. They've been in power during President Kufuor. Yeah. Are you saying that during those times it wasn't free and fair?
No.
Interesting.
Go to the Ashanti region. Go to the Ashanti region and listen to what they say. I mean, come on. You have people just printing the ballot papers and put it. Elections are free.
But President Bahama conceded. So it means that, yes, it carried on.
Because he's a peaceful man. President Mahama is a peaceful man.
Are you saying the MPP didn't win the 2016 elections? Fair and square?
No. They rigged it. How can you get 1 million votes, invisible votes? Look, we've had a thorough analysis of the 2020 elections, and we realized that there was a rigging machine.
You were beaten in 2016. 2020, yes. You were beaten. And yes. If you knew that 2016 they rigged it, why then weren't you out there to also protect the ballot box?
We did.
And still you were beaten.
We did. But in 2024, it's going to be different.
Really?
Yes.
How different, John?
Because the voice of the people is the voice of God.
It's always been the voice of God.
Exactly. So we are ready and
Vox Populi, Vox. Yeah. So if you are ready,
is that a crack card?
Why are you saying that 2020 you were vigilant in 2020?
We were vigilant in 2020.
Then what happened? But you're saying that it was rigged.
You see, 2016, I don't think we're that. 2020, what happened in 2020? We're extra vigilant. That's fine.
Are you sore losers?
No.
Are you sure?
We are not. We are not so losers.
So what are you going to do in 2024 that you feel
extra vigilant?
Yes, but the MPP will also be extra vigilant and they say it's free and fair.
No, it is not free and fair for them. They're going to rig the elections. Do you know the things that they're doing?
What are they doing?
And I know if you talk. Bola.
Really?
No. And so we are ready, and we are ready for them in 2024.
Are you not just putting something out there so that in the events that you don't win?
No. We are winning. There's no event matter. We are winning the 2024 election, hands down.
And also they believe that they are winning the 2024 elections hands down. That would be Senator in Sobandana. Last elections, 2016, 2020 elections, all these years in Obandana, you people are losing the elections. None of the reasons are stating. We are protecting the ballot boxes, and so they were not able to win. And this time around, they'll be extra vigilant. The truth about that one to know the pure in there. No one knew how to collate their own results, and it was public knowledge. It was all around. There were even people internally there. I remember I had done this particular video. I remember with that 2 oil the description box. Now, it didn't work there. Some people within the NDC work there. And painful be within the NDC leadership. Instead of them, they should have used a particular oil strategy. Instead of using that particular small strategy now, they know when to one for that strategy. Or for being a strategy for no kasi have excuses in the baby. Say when to one canaban. Obi a record elections into Mankanaba. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 1 to Manka. In the Obanadama, not that you keep on giving excuses, giving your people the hope that everything is being done. But the work that ought to be done, a Juma there you be elections. I remember there, former President John Dumelo Mama Nabedo. Would teacher or your teacher no nurses training allowances? No, will be sir at the will be saying not as finance minister, which is the honorable secretary. Now, about shop with the reason I'm with you. In there, you got a full baby now. We'll be so question out there and something to Munkana or mention video. But what the can be more than like a video. I'm not sure. I've been having more videos out there. Number one, share video. No, we should do something to we may see some honorable secretary.
So, how come you had net freeze on employment? You couldn't employ people. You had a backlog of nurses, teachers. You couldn't even pay teacher training allowance. You couldn't pay nursing training allowance.
You see, this is the point I was making. Because the final stop is the controller, right? Everybody looked to the controller, and everybody came to the controller and the Minister of Finance. But if I didn't have your appointment letter, am I going to pay? Right? If I didn't have your posting, am I going to pay? Because then the Auditor General will come, and the controller has no basis for making those payments. One of the measures we took, and this is not new, it's continuing, and it's becoming even worse. But one of the measures we took, which was seriously distorted by the current administration, was that we said, I called the controller, and we got permission, from the Office of President, and we said, look, the teachers and nurses who have been posted already, we know them. The list is there. The only thing is that they have been working and they are not received because we haven't gotten their credentials. So let us pay them salary advance of 3 months. You see where the 3 months is coming? Let's pay them salary advance for 3 months. Right?
The narrative out there is that they had worked for 2 years, some 3 years, and then you decided that you would pay them 3 months salary for the 2 or 3 years they had worked.
That was NPP distortion. And it actually applied to those who are new postings, because as for the old postings, it's a long time. Currently, it's a thing which we were resolving with the HRMI system and the interface and whatever, because we are dealing with paper. Somebody who is in the village has to send it to the district, from the district to the region, and the region, and along the way, those who can grease palms would go and grease and fast track, their own. How about if you didn't have it? But well, so what we said was that let's pay, the batch of teachers and nurses and doctors, let's pay them a salary advance, right? Because by then we had done the treasury single account, there was some liquidity, so that when their authorization comes, they would offset it and take the money and pay them the net. And this was also distorted. That we have decided to pay only 3 months and forget about the arrears and other things. And Consent Teachers Association, and then we explained it. I did a media briefing still on the website. So that's the humanitarian act, right? But the right, to the teacher was completely distorted. And unfortunately by some of the teachers themselves.
Why did you decide to stop paying nursing and teacher training allowance?
Oh, that was a major decision that was taken.
And then we be send the same question view. No, I cast for 3 minutes 16 seconds. We be so question. There, why were you unable to pay the teacher and nursing training allowances? Wakasa for 3 minutes 16 seconds. Oma answer. Was answer will be celebrated. Answer was answered to them beating around the bush.
And the rationale is that they are tertiary institutions.
Okay.
Right? And the second reason is that schools and all these things were coming, right? And even the tertiary expansion, and
if you say they are tertiary institutions, what does that got to do with allowance?
Because in principle, tertiary institutions took loans. So we were transitioning them to loans.
Okay.
Yeah, for, equality, equity, and whatever. But also, if you transition them to loans, right, then the budget allocation is not a constraint for admission.
Okay, so it removes the quota system.
Exactly.
Okay.
Maybe not completely, but transitionally as it went along, because you had to pay the teachers and whatever. We had, the challenges, but at least it starts removing the quota system. Right? And so you channel some of those resources rather into the, the loan fund, trust. Right? So that was the rationale. I think President Mama has explained this umpteen times, but of course, it was against his support.
Okay. So I raised an issue, and we'll probably try and round up with that one. You are a taxman through and through. So
I'm a PFM, I'm an accountant.
Okay.
So I do expenditure as well.
Okay. So but for many of us, taxman, VAT, taxman. So you eat, drink, sleep, taxation. So you become finance minister, even as deputy, to become finance minister. And your obsession is with how you can tax us and milk us dry.
No. Remember the levies, right? We introduced two types of levies, right? One, where when we entered the fund program, which is something that has been done from the Rawlings administration. As part of the measures to take the economy out of this problem, you introduce temporary taxes. There are two. Temporary import duty and then fiscal stabilization levy. At the end of the IMF program, they lapsed. So the fact that we introduced them, they were kept, they should have lapsed. In 2017, 2018, when the IMF program ended, it's the current administration that kept them. But the tradition has always been, even when the one that Professor Mills did into they lapse. They always lapse. So nobody can blame us for it.
So,
two,
yes.
The majority of levies, the second levy that we introduced was ESLA, which was also to lapse in 3 to 5 years. It was the current government that collateralized it. It's the current government that did not apply the money, to pay the IPPs, and today we have done so and other things. Because the amount that was estimated and the insistence of the opposition now in power was that they were not giving us a penny more. So we had to calculate the liability to the penny. That's the 2.2 billion. And we started dutifully paying VRA, the VRA subsidies that were owing, but we brought the banks from whom they are borrowing, to know that we were paying VRA. And they created a fund. We brought the IPP. In fact, we gave a term sheet of $500 million to the current administration from Afrism to pay the IPPs. That was the phase 2.
You gave them that?
Yes, the term sheet. It wasn't done. Yes. So I think we shouldn't buy into this narrative that we introduced.
Sure. Sa samana rekano. Sa na fapim. Se sentro wo mege enimu. Se oyade bi oye owo fapim papa. I'm telling you the enkasa grangelo. Oya hana na ewie. But we be so question 3 minutes 16 seconds into no Emma answer. Ghana will be no vacate of no. And this same onya kunya katsina a shoulder will be sent a question there. Why now on the economy no? Is it better than before? That is the economy being managed by Dr. Mahmoud. What's the yes you admit? Or D2. But on the building is on or ye nest in the training allowance of the fuel. Abadena Obana on nam chencha. Ghana will be than them. This is not what we are looking for. But mother na share video no be so listen to come because this is Ubia or finance minister or former president of the man mama na bredo. The way be send the Aberdeen no hospital as finance minister, what you try to them. Now he's unable to explain it properly to the understanding of Ghanaians. So from me I forgot to know from the post. Schedule about that schedule. But mother na share video no crowd.
Sa confirm mathematics no enye juma. Ye pese ye miadum ye to abano na yetimi to aso. Ya ye juma bebre. Me ba nyame adom me be to aso edi nhihye foforo aba. Ye juadefo ne obia. Ye the new tax system eba Ghana ha. Flat tax obia behu tax obetua. Ye the amnesty to etwaso. Obia odika what tax for GRA yeba yebetwamo na nyina astarte on the same page. Meba yebe trainee youth memunu 1 million for ICT jobs, software development. 1 million youth yebe trainee omo. Meba yebe boa small scale miners. Yebe boa omo yebe shisha minerals development bank. Na yenye sika aboa omo na omo ye omo ejumano to say ye boa equiafo. Small scale miners. Yeah, the new regime Yanko shi obia excavator biom yɛbɛhyehyɛ new regime na yɛde akɔ anim. Ɛnɛ wopɛ passport a gye sɛ wokɔ akɔgyefoɔ afeeli na twɛn na wakɔnya passport. Meba yɛde nhyehyɛ foforɔ ba wowɔ Ghana card a wohia sɛ woyɛ application wakɔgye passport biom. Ufa phone no a na yɛbisa wo Ghana card number wode to hɔ pɛ na woatua fee no na yɛayɛ wo passport ama wo ɛno a no because yɛwɔ information ne nyinaa ɛwɔ Ghana card so enti mɛmu no passport deɛ ɛbɛyɛ koko ɛbɛyɛ easy ama obiara. To be mandatory. Uye school na uye ejuma unya ejuma kwaye ejuma no need for national service. Yeah, the bold solutions na yadeba, but uhu asumesia or the old solutions, not bold solutions. Old solutions na odeba, failed solutions na odeba. And yes, sir. One kase oni wo sika onfa mkoto free SHS mo. And yes, sir, no kaya. Enti yedene ba free SHS no ontwam. Teacher training allowance ontwam. Nursing training allowance ontwam. Wano na yapese yedene ba. Aye. Yampese yedene ba. Mo for ma me machine Asumesi deɛ mo de manu a ɔne ɔkɔ honeymoon ɔnsan ba biom sɛ ɔno sɛ ɔkɔ honeymoon ɔnsan ba biom sɛ ɔnfii mu ɛnyɛ saa me deɛ mo de mami a mɛsan ba 2028 enti mɛyere me ho ayɛ adwumaden ama mo nyinaa. Eti obia ɛyere no ho campaign yi gye sɛ yɛyɛ campaign a ɛyɛ din sɛdeɛ Kate kaeɛ no ɛnɛ yɛkɔ door to door, house to house, window to window. We are going to break the eight. Yamusha munyina baako. It is possible. How